Lieutenant Colonel retired Amor আমি আমার শ্রদ্ধেয় আমার biography is very short কিন্তু আমি ওনাকে বলছিলাম যে আমি in conversations I try to impress people by saying one thing. How many people do you know who have served in 3 armies? Okay, I have served in 3. Pakistan, Bangladesh and US, and the 4th one will be a mercy.
Real army officer.
Okay, first of all, I am very grateful that you asked me to talk. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to take a very short time, hoping that we will have a discussion on the subject down the road. Very broad subject, but anyway, first of all, I want to say, is this going to be a seminar or a conversation? I prefer conversation. I actually conduct seminars in UCLA, one every month actually. It's called Global Security Seminar. I have given information to a lot of people. They're welcome to come in. But we run it like a conversation.
Dr. Abdul Awal, Professor, California University of Los Angeles. Colonel Udabhai Bhai they do not come to a program, and that is true, and they do not feel like coming to the program. If they don't feel like coming to the program, and what will they with their life when we are not there? I mean, what will they do? That is something we have to think about. And as long as there is a problem, we can always do something positive to make a change. Once we are there. In business studies, I teach I used to teach one of the courses called organizational change. And there is a concept called strategic planning. And in that planning, the idea is, first of all, make an assessment. Where we are, okay, and where do we want to go? Okay. The planning, it is okay, systematic thinking. Where do you want to go? And then do a kind of gap. সেই অত্যন্ত বিনয়ী মানুষ ডক্টর মাহবুব খান, আমি তাকে উনি ওনার বাচ্চাদেরকে ওনার সন্তানদেরকে অত্যন্ত আদর্শ সন্তান হিসেবে গড়ে তুলেছেন। আমি মনে করি ওনার সেই ধরনের কথা বলার অধিকার আছে। ডক্টর মাহবুব খান।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। সম্মানিত সুধীমণ্ডলী, আমি প্রথমেই ক্ষমা চাই, কারণ আমার খুব ব্রিফ প্রেজেন্টেশন একটু ক্লাসিক্যাল মনে হতে পারে। একটা প্রবাদ শুনেছিলাম যে জিনিয়াস উইদাউট এডুকেশন ইজ লাইক গোল্ড ইন দ্য মাইন। কাজেই আমরা কেউ যদি জিনিয়াস হয় but no education, it will be left in the mind, will be of no use to anybody. Now, knowledge is global and universal, and education is acquirement and exchange of information. Education, the way I look at it, is acquirement and exchange of information. Now the global information and universal information, somehow I tend to claim, is absolute. And that's one element. Now, the other topic is values. In any environment and circumstances, whether it is global or universal, it is the religious, social, ethical, moral, and all other categories will have certain absolute highest standard. and to improve the values will be to attain that highest level. And to do that, we need education of universal or global categories, whatever circumstances we are in. Now, how do we know that we are doing the best? Only in the circumstances where you can feel that no matter how hard you try, you cannot distinguish yourself. You will continue to see that you can distinguish yourself, and you will know you are not doing enough. So you put yourself, you try to put yourself and your family and your society in the circumstances where to get the information and to attain the highest level of the values, you cannot distinguish yourself. Then you know you are at the right place and doing the right thing. Thank you.
শামীম ভাই আমাদের জন্য কি করেছেন সেটি সবচেয়ে বড় কাজ করেছেন। লিটল বাংলাদেশের জন্য যে কাজ করেছেন, অফিশিয়ালি যে মুভ করেছেন, সেটি আসলে ফিল্ড ওয়ার্ক করেছেন উনি। এটা অনেকেই হয়তো ওইভাবে স্বীকার করে না। তখনকার কনসাল জেনারেল যিনি জাফর সাহেব, উনি অফিশিয়ালি ওনাকে যদি চুজ না করতেন, ওনার কাজ করার সুযোগ হতো না, ঠিকই, সেজন্য ওনাকে ধন্যবাদ। ফিল্ড ওয়ার্কটা করেছেন কিন্তু উনি। এই 10 জনের কমিটি বাংলাদেশের কোনো জায়গায় বসে একসাথে করা সম্ভব হতো না, মারামারি বেঁধে যেত। হোয়াট এভার উই আর কমিউনিটি, সেটা কনসুলেট যদি এটা করতে হতো না, সেজন্য ওনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। এবং তিনি এসে কমিউনিটিতে এই বাংলাকে ওনার আসার পর থেকেই সবাই মিলে যেভাবে হেল্প করছেন, উনি পার্সোনালি অসংখ্যবার এখানে এসেছেন এবং যেভাবে অফিসিয়ালি হেল্প করেন। উনি অবশ্যই আপনার বিসিএস এর ক্যাডারের মানুষ এবং আমরা তাকে সম্ভবত 2006 থেকে আপনি স্টার্ট করেছেন এখানে। এখন উনি ভাইস কনসাল হিসাবে এখানে কাজ করছেন। ওকে, দ্যাটস গুড। আমাদের জন্য মানে ওনার জন্য ওনার গুড ফর হিম এন্ড প্রাউড, উই আর প্রাউড ফর হিম। আমি আর বলতে চাই না, উনি আসছেন বক্তব্য রাখার জন্য। প্রধান অতিথির বক্তব্য মিস্টার শামীম।
Chairman of the seminar program, keynote speaker, and my honored community fellow brother and sister. Assalamu alaikum. And you know, this is the month of our liberation. So before starting my any sort of speech and comments, I reach tribute to all the martyrs of our independence. And now we're in the position to tell, or we're working in the position consulate because it's Bangladesh in 1971. And this is a very vital question, how we can put our force effectively and efficiently to create our next generation community as one of the number, the next generation in terms of education and values. And so I think what is my goal to enrich my family first. So Dr. Karim rightly tell that there are several factors: values, culture, the clash of civilization. He mentioned the Huntington's famous book, The Clash of Civilization, and it's actually the counterparts that we can coexist. All established formulas we have to carry on. But the main thing, I think, we passed already 40 years, and how far we are successful. So there's a question of gap analysis, where we are and where we have to go. So we have to evaluate our last 40 years, how integratively we worked so far, and how we are successful in our current days. So I want to point out some things that one is most important for community development, because our students' seminar is community development, even though it is not very specifically to our community in Los Angeles or community all over the world. So even though we think the community in Los Angeles or community in other part of the world, in Canada, because Bangladeshi communities will spread all over the world, even in the Middle East, and the country who are even expecting the migration. You know, some countries the migration is stopped. They are not allowing people because it's very tough to be a migrant in Saudi Arabia or in the Middle East countries. On the other hand, countries like United States, Canada, or other some European countries are still accepting migrant foreign people or foreign workers somehow. So community development is the most vital thing. Our government declared a vision 2021, and also they declared about the concept of digital domination. So we have miles to go. And the role of the community is the prime facet, because the community who are working here, in any capacity in the university, or in the think tanks, or in the professional services, or even the students who are working here, they are actually the true ambassador of our country overseas. So whatever they're facing in the modern world now, if they can share their experience primarily within themselves, I think that is the main thing. Because today is my success story. If I can share with my fellow newcomers, the people who are in a little bit lower situation financially or educationally, if you can share my experience, how I become successful, and try to help him by putting a little efforts, I think that is the actually main objective. And it can move forward well ahead. And then, goodwill is one of the most important things. We should not be jealous of others' achievement. If you can encourage them, or if you can put ourselves in such a manner that we can accept the change and we can accept my limitations, so I think there's nothing in the problem. The problem is that we have to go on our roots. We have to proceed accordingly, and we have to share our common sorrows. And at the same time, we have to celebrate all together. So I must have the game of organizing the seminars. It's a wonderful seminar, and gives us the opportunity to share our experience, and at the same time, this can work like a torch to guide our next generation. Thank you very much.